I think it's a little more personable to come to the front of the stage and toss them sideways and make sure people have made eye contact. I don't want somebody getting hurt at my show. I just don't condone it. I will never throw a stick out like that. I watch other drummers and I just...
Pretty sure you like torpedoed that one at me. I don't know what you're talking about.
That was different. I was trying to bounce it off your forehead. Hello, Dallas Fort Worth. It's Rick with Concert Connection, and welcome to another episode. And I'm going to tell you, this is a doozy. I have my good friend Danny Allen in the house. How are you, Danny?
Doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. And you're not just on the show. You took time out while getting your due did.
Yeah. You know, I saw this really pretty lady when I walked by the shop, and I was like, hey, can you do this white dude's hair? And she's like, I got you. And so we scheduled for 2 days later, and I went and bought hair and came here.
And the fact that you went purple, the only other color, because purple's my wife's color, if it was like fluorescent green, yeah, that's my color. I'm a green guy.
It's got some blonde in it, or like some whitish blonde in it as well, like that color that I had before.
Yep.
And maybe next time when she does it, I'll throw in some green in with it, so it's got like a Joker vibe to it.
I know that you do hair as well. You did for Miss Yvette, our dancer for Rebel. You did some stuff, correct?
Yeah, I did her platinum highlights at the front. She was having some yellow tones, and you know she does hair. She's amazing at it.
Oh, yeah.
And no one ever takes care of her. So I was like, Yvette, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna do your hair. And she's like, well, I have a show tomorrow. I said, I'm free right now. And so I got up, put on some pajamas, and went to her house and did her hair for her. And she's like, I've never had anybody shave this out of my head besides Dominic, and he messed it up last time. So,
hey, Dom, she just called you out.
I know, right? And so I said, I got you. Like, watch this. And I did it, and she had no clue what it looked like. And then I showed her the picture and the video, kind of like going from side to side, and she was like, "Oh my god!" And she was tearing up a little bit. She's like, "No one's ever made me feel beautiful like that before. Like, no one takes the time to take care of me."
Did you do boomerang?
Did I what?
Boomerang?
I did. Yeah, I'll have to send it to you so you can use it. Absolutely.
Oh, that's greatness.
And then she, at the end of it, she tried to hand me money, and I was like, "What are you doing?" You know, I'm hanging out with her and the kids. We're looking at the cars and stuff, and I was like, "No, we don't do that."
She does that with me as well.
I'm like, "Don't do that."
You know, we try to support local artists and hairstylists are artists as well, as our photographers, as our musicians or actors, or I mean, there's a plethora of arts. I'm big. You know, my son happens to be a thespian, and you know, now that he's in college, he's not doing as much acting, but I still have a big respect for that. I love my artist friends that actually create art, be it paintings, glass blowing, wrought iron. Support the arts, man. It's what makes life cool.
It's like my number one downfall as an artist is like I paint, I build things, I do furniture, I do hair, I do graphic design and photography. Speaking of photography, we're doing a photo shoot with you guys with Rebel Yell.
Who guys? Me and Amy?
Me.
I know, but you're doing who guys? Me and Amy and my son?
No, you and Rebel Yell.
Oh, yeah. When?
I'm talking to She about it right now, so we're going to figure it out. We're going to schedule something. I think one of my classic cars is probably going to be in there with you. So.
Oh, dude, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm a ham. I love the camera. I'm not shy about. I am not shy about smiling. If a photographer, if I look over and a photographer's, I'm like.
I got that shot of you. I don't know if you saw that shot of you. I got on Facebook.
Did.
There's like the one serious face, and then there's the one typical Rick face where he's like. I love it. Okay,
so it was my ex-sister-in-law. She used to do that face all the time, and I hated it. I'm like, girl, close your mouth. And now I can't help it. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure you've noticed like my literal go-to thing is like the basic white girl face where I'm like, you know. And everyone's like, why do you always have your tongue out? And I was like, I look stupid otherwise. Like, I'm not trying to be Zoolander all the time, you know. So.
I do like the...
Yeah, that's the Prince face.
I got a bunch of... I will actually sit in the mirror and make faces at myself. I'm like, ooh, I like that one. I got to keep that.
we're gonna have to do like a little montage of you and I making weird faces.
Oh my god!
And
you know that the photo booth where you sit down and it snaps and you take different pictures.
Yes.
Every single time you got to take different face.
Absolutely. We usually do inappropriate stuff in those though most of the time. So. That's for a different show. We'll get into that later. Yeah. Family friendly podcast. I forgot about that.
So how have you been, man? Have you been doing good through COVID?
Doing amazing. You know, surprisingly, you know, with Live 80 and like the Live 90 and Live Country and all of that, we took a pretty big hit for about 2.5, 3 months. We did nothing at all. As a team, we decided to make sure we wanted to keep our team, our family, and the public safe.
Yeah.
So we didn't do any of the broadcasts. We didn't even do in-person broadcasts, like where we get together at someone's house or studio. Yeah. We stayed completely separate, completely quarantined. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was out doing my thing, but I was partying. I think I partied with you one time during COVID.
We've seen each other multiple times throughout this. So
yeah. And so I was hanging out with you and your wife, so I had to make sure I get out and hang out with all my friends and my family. And and then on the rare off chance that when they started to let things up a little bit, all of our friends and family, like the Rockaholics and Metal Shop, all the Rebel Yell and everybody, and that 70s band, all the different bands and Lost Boys, wanted to make sure to go support those guys when we got the chance, obviously. And so even if it was just us in the crowd, we still went and supported them. So
yep. I'm gonna drag you out one of these nights. Have you come see my Green Day tribute basket case?
I look so forward to seeing that. Growing up, they were one of my favorite bands in the whole entire world. So
I think I do a decent trade cool. I can definitely see that 100%. I'm not gonna lie. It's doing the Rebel Yell thing is very I love it. It's in the groove. It's not as challenging, but it's more I get to just be a ham and entertain. Solid beat, not a big deal. But Green Day is doing a trade cool is a little more in depth, so it keeps me on my toes. And dude, the other night we're hanging out after a Rebel Yell. We go up to the Maverick. We're hanging out with Sunset Strip. You jumped on the drums. You had told me this, but I forgot that you're a drummer too. And you jumped in and played a song right after me. It was like, yeah, Danny, go.
I hadn't touched a kit and other than a few little one-off things here and there, touched a kit in maybe 3 to 5 years. That's what I did for a living. I was a Christian artist to begin with, and then I was in 3 or 4 signed regular, commercial standard secular bands, and then I got a job working. Got a job working for Geffen Records.
Wait, what did you say? Sexual bands? I'm sorry, did I mishear you?
Typical with me, yes, it would be. No, but secular. No. You pulled a Danny on. Did you pull a Danny on Danny? Yeah, I think you did just there, didn't you? But I got a job working for a record label and just did a whole bunch of national tours and was working with a lot of big name artists, and then became became a backing vocalist because people liked what I did as far as production and vocals. And I was the lead singer in one of them. Was kind of an emo screamo band, and then
I'm not an emo screamo.
I try not to mention any names because but yeah, we were pretty big. We did a lot of big work with a lot of big artists, and I played personally as a hired gun for a lot of big name artists, and it was really fun. And then I jumped on this show, a singing show, when I was 28, 29, and it's a big show. You might see it on TV. And,
wait, I thought you turned 28 next week.
I wish. These wrinkles, man.
Hey, nope, you can't get close to the camera.
I know, right? But
let me.
So I did the show, made it a little ways, and then got off, and then started doing the tribute world. And I started out, believe it or not, with Elvis. And
I've heard that your Elvis is phenomenal.
Yeah, and I did that touring and locally for a long time, nationwide, international. Yep. And then I just started doing the party band circuit, so I've worked with all the big party bands here in Dallas and doing weddings, and I like seeing people smile, so you get to sing every genre of music possible and every voice possible, so I get to go from Dearly Beloved, We Gather Here to Blame It On.
Okay, whoa. So you said Elvis, and then all of a sudden you throw some Prince in there, and you had to know I was going to tweak the fork a little in you. Do you like Prince at all?
Not huge of a fan. It's more of just.
And that was our show today. Thank you, folks, for tuning in.
No, it literally is like one of my all-time idols. I have the most awkward set of idols ever. It's Prince, Michael Jackson, George Strait, Elvis, James Brown, and Garth Brooks.
You got some great ones in there.
And then Bono from U2 as well. So.
He's good, but good Lord. I can only take doses of him.
As long as I don't have to hear him talk about political bullshit, I'm okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm an old school, like New Year's Day, Streets Have No Name, Joshua Tree era. That, I love you too.
That came out the year I was born. That's pretty awesome.
I actually went out to Joshua Tree. We were on tour, and oh my God, this is the early 90s. And I was a young pup. We were touring in a Volkswagen bus. Oh.
What?
Yeah. Oh, it was insanity. Did a whole basically West Coast tour through Idaho, Montana, down through Salt Lake, Denver, Phoenix, LA, back up the coast. Was early, one of my first tours, and we might have been under the influence of, I won't say what, but we ended up out at Joshua Tree in the middle of the night, laying out in the middle of the road. You can hear rattlesnakes off on the side of the road rattling, and you think you're going to worry about getting run over. You could see cars coming for miles, and there were no cars out there. And we just partied. I'm not going to say what we were doing, but we just partied.
Yeah, you're partying. That's all it was. That's all I need to know.
Oh, we had a blast, but I can actually say I've been to Joshua Tree. I'd like to go in the daytime.
I remember a lot of my crazy party stories on tour. So the guys from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh yeah.
They will get you in trouble if you hang out with them. Working on the Marilyn Manson production team, they will get you in trouble. I almost ended up in jail.
I buy that all day.
I almost ended up in jail like 3 or 4 times on the tour in a 9-month period.
That's it? I mean, really, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, my job is to keep them out of jail, but the fact that I almost got in, they have a lot of wagers and bets and funny things they like to do, and when you're partying that much, you don't really think to say no, and you just go.
Oh my Lord! So tell me, because you're doing the local thing now. I think you're doing Live 80, correct? Live 90.
Yes, Live 80. I fill in for Live 90 here and there, and then we're about to kick off the Live Country project, which is all 80s, 90s, and early 2000s party country. No slow stuff, no tear in my beer. It's all good time, good love, good fun, two-stepping. We want to see people out on the floor dressed in their crazy, trucker hats and their puffy jackets and their studded Dwight Yoakam goodness, and flared boots.
I'm looking forward. You got to let me know when that. I'm not a huge country fan. There are some country artists that I like. I've definitely fallen in love with some in recent years, and that's one that I'd love to come out. You
will dig the show. I think that, in the whole point, it's going to be just like a typical Live 80s production. We're going to have the videos, the screens, the pictures, and the full whole lighting and everything like that. And it's going to be a country show for fans that are not fans of country. Good.
I look forward to being swayed. I think that it helps expand your horizons, your broadens your horizons when you dip into other forms of music. You can't just be one thing. And I always claim pop punk drummer, and I think I do it well. Any of those genres. But there's other things that I want to learn that I think make me a more rounded human and musician.
Hey, speaking of learning new things, I was gonna hit you up about possibly jumping in on the Prince stuff.
Oh. We'll talk off camera about that.
We'll have to talk, man.
Rebel Yell last October, we went out to Vegas for my 50th birthday. All of us went to see Billy Idol, but we were over at the Tropicana, and we actually went and saw the Prince Experience.
Those guys are amazing.
Amazing, and then we got to hang out with them for a little while afterwards. We took some photos and just got to meet them briefly and just kind of hang out. Really cool cats. And it's kind of what also inspired some of how you see Rebel Yell on stage. The way we go about our business was somewhat inspired also by watching them and seeing their production. greatness.
I definitely want to be them when I grow up, for sure.
Oh, good Lord, yeah. And so you said something. I need to come out to a Live 80 show, but stage production, having a production, getting on stage and putting on a show, not just getting up there, standing and playing your instrument and walking off. I like the show, man.
We definitely have some things, even in Live 80, that's kind of been, we've had the typical, the screens and the videos and all that, and we have some pretty cool lighting as well, obviously. But we're going to start stepping it up here in 2021. We're going to start taking it to the next level. We've been a pretty strong force in the DFW scene before I came along. I've only been in it for a little over a year. Yep. But we want to take it up to that next step and continue having all of our great, we have so many great members in rotation, from Caden Bowden to, Jacob Farley and Eric Volker, Will Cruz, Aaron, Madison, Crystal Cook, Desra Moore. They're all just, Steven Trevino is like the god of Live 80 because the guy plays everything and can sing anything. So he's like the number one. He's like the most talented guy in the band, and it kind of makes me sick. So.
No, you know what? I love it. If I'm the weakest member in the band, not that I want to be the weakest member, but if I'm the weakest member, that means everybody in front of me is phenomenal. Oh, MG. I love it. It means I'm blessed with playing with quality musicians, and I'm very blessed.
Absolutely. I'm just a dancing monkey. That's all. That's my job, Put on some cool clothes and scream and dance and play music.
I can do that all day long. In fact, I do.
It's fun stuff.
So, I will say, when you do the Prince thing, please, you have to come back in full Prince.
I would absolutely love to. I posted some pictures online, so I don't know if you can find those, but
I saw.
But yeah, they were pretty cool. I just woke up in the morning and no makeup, no nothing. I was like, I'm gonna put on a purple jacket from Halloween. I was gonna put that on.
I love that jacket.
And I found this really cool, like Patrick Swayze Chippendales looking wig, and I was like, that could cut for Purple Rain maybe, and so I threw it on. Early
Prince, not later Prince with the hair, the head wrap.
So we're actually going to be doing all of it. I'm going to do full costume changes. There's going to be stage changes, everything. It's going to be kind of a big thing. Yvette's going to be in there as well.
I didn't know that.
Yvette is the lead choreographer and dancer. Whitney's going to, and she'll be singing backup as well. Whitney is going to be in the band from the Cruligans. Yvette is going to be in the band as well, and then possibly 2 other female backing dancers and vocalists as well.
Nice.
So,
it's going to be a great production. I'm looking forward to seeing the show.
Do you know, actually, the whole reason why I got into this is I started doing, the Elvis thing and then doing like the cover band thing and like, party bands and doing all the weddings and stuff. And a really, really good friend of mine does a phenomenal Prince tribute. His name is Oz. I don't know if you've heard of him before.
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Remembering Prince Tribute Band is literally the most organic, most soulful, most closest to a real live Prince show. Not a production, but a real live Prince show that you can get to. And that guy, his heart and his spirit and everything about him is just, and he's had a lot of actual connection with Prince. So he told me one day, he used to bring me on stage dressed as Elvis to sing Prince. And he's like, man, if you do it one day, I'm totally in your corner, brother. And after doing the Live 80 thing for long enough and singing so much Prince on stage, people are like, have you ever thought about doing Prince? And I was like, bro, I'm 6'1" and 230 pounds. I don't know how proper that would look. And they were like, corsets and makeup. And I was like, good point. And really well tailored clothes.
I want to interview Amir. Oh my Lord. He looks the part. He seems like a really nice guy. I want to meet him.
His heart is 100% golden.
Nice.
Like he called me as soon as he found out that I was kind of like serious about going forward with it. He called me and sat on the phone with me for almost 2 hours and just gave me advice and told me stories about him and Prince and
that's classy. That's classy.
He was like, I could be the typical Dallas guy and get all butthurt, this and that and that. He's like, but I love you and I support you and I want to see you happy and you're really good at what you do. Yep. And he goes, I know you're going to make people happy. And he's like, don't let the haters bring you down. Don't let any naysayers bring you down. He said, just do it and I'll be right there with you. So he'll probably come out and sing some stuff with me on stage when he's off and free.
Nice.
And he's a rock star, man. So So
absolutely. Hopefully at some point I can have him on. I would love to interview him and I'd like to meet him in person. I think we met once, but it seems like a million years ago, and I don't know him well enough to go, we're just casual acquaintances. I'd like to meet him and like get to know him. He seems real, and I like that. But speaking of classy, if I can I throw you under the bus a little?
go ahead.
Okay. So you recently came out to a Rebel Yell show at Gas Monkey, and afterwards I gave out some sticks. You got one. Absolutely, you got one. You caught one. And you did something that absolutely almost made me cry. Is there was a gentleman that is paralyzed that was in a wheelchair, and you gave him the stick. And he wanted to take a picture with us. You came over and said, hey, yeah, we'll make it happen. Which we did, and we made his night. But the fact is, you were like, oh, no, this is my stick. No, you were like, here, absolutely, I'll give you one. That selflessness, and we're all human. We have good days and bad days. I'm the epitome of good and bad days. But that just, when it comes to those kind of acts of kindness, you warm my heart. And I'm just going to tell you, thank you, man. That was classy. Thank you.
That is that Danny, and of course the Danny you see whenever we're out, when we go to like Yvette's house, we're having we're all hanging out in pool parties and stuff. That is the me that you see. That's me 24/7. You could ask. Like, I have a very small, close-knit circle. Luckily, I'm blessed to have you as a part of it.
Thank you.
You guys are my family. And so I spent a lot of time with you guys, and I know that to me, it was important for me to get a stick because I haven't done that. And I know it's a little cheesy, even though we're friends. But
you can still get a stick. In fact, I think I gave you one because
I wanted one, because I was like, that's my boy, and I want one, and then she threw me a pick, and.
But you went out of your way to give the stick that I threw out in the audience that you happened to catch.
Yeah.
And you walked over and gave it to him. And again, when it comes to little kids or folks like that, dude, that just warmed my heart.
He apparently had been in an accident, and that's what got him where he was put. Is what his I think it was his sister was telling me, and I have a feeling that had he not been in that accident, he would have been right then and there catching it himself. And so if I could be, go ahead.
No, what I was going to tell you is he said to me that he and I partied at Breaking Benjamin. He remembers, and not to be an idiot, but I've been to so many concerts in my life. Yes, I've seen Breaking Benjamin a number of times, and I've partied a number of nights. I thought it was incredible because I didn't recognize him, but he recognized me, and again, that was an incredible feat. And I just want to say, great job. Please stay classy.
Absolutely. Everyone should do that. Like if you're at a freaking baseball game or a football game and you get a ball or a towel,
give it to the kid.
Give it to the kid. Give it to the person in the wheelchair, the one who's not able to actually fend for themselves. Be a lover of people and take care of one another. There's so much going on in the world today that we just need to make sure that we love everybody, and love wins. It truly does at all times.
There was a little kid there off stage right, and when we got done, Carlos even asked me, he goes, hey, do you got an extra drumstick for the little kid? I went back to my bag, grabbed a couple sticks, gave it to him, made that kid's night. And that's one of those things that anyone knows me knows. I will make sure if there's a kid there, unless I run out of sticks, I'll make sure the kid gets a stick. Just, it means more to them than, dude, I have so many sticks that I chew up. It means more to them than it does to me. That to me, it's just,
I mean, you could have stole one from Blackout, and just gave it to him. So.
Oh, you know what? It's funny because I'll be honest with you. Hammer had already left. I didn't even think of that. Good one.
Speaking of good bands, those guys put on a phenomenal show too.
I didn't take very many selfies. I did get one with Bobby while he was playing. He came off in the audience, and as he was walking by, I had my phone, and he stopped, and we were both like, I love Bobby. I love Hammer. In fact, what's funny is anytime Blackout plays with Rebel Yell, Hammer and I always talk. I'm like, let's share a drum set. It's just become our thing. It's use my gear. And the drum set that we played that night,
right there.
It makes the night easier, and that drum set was brand new. John Zug at Dallas Drums just made that for me. That was the first night we had it on stage. So Hammer, I got to sound check it, but Hammer actually got to play it before I did.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And again, I have to give a big shout out to John Zug at Dallas Drums for making me the kid. It sounded phenomenal.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, the sound, the production team, everyone from Gas Monkey Live killed it, bro.
Yep.
You guys sounded. I've seen Billy Idol live a dozen times. I'm telling you, I've watched him in all different settings. His band's always phenomenal. You guys are literally the closest thing to that.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
And, you tell JC that if he ever feels sick or wants to go do some other show somewhere, I would be happy to fill in,
Well, let's talk about that, because we ended up at the Maverick afterwards, post-show party, and you actually jumped up because everybody from Rebel Yell was there except for JC, and you actually jumped in and did Rebel Yell with us, and I was like, oh crap, he can sing. Oh crap, he can sing. I mean, you rocked it, dude. That was fun. Was fun
JC, as you know, JC is like one of my boys, man. That's my true blue. Like, he is like my, literally we spend probably 3 or 4 days a week together. And
nice.
He has graced me with the presence and the honor of getting to come on stage and sing with y'all guys a few times, and to sing that song, to get to sing the song that is the band's name, was the coolest thing, and
you know what's funny is everywhere we go, if the band shows up, they're like, oh, jump up there, Rebel Yell's in the house, and they go, play. We do Rebel Yell. And I'm always like, let's do like LA Woman or Dancing with Myself or White Way, because we play, and again, that is our signature song. You have to make it, dude, you gotta come out. I don't care how tired I am after 90 minutes or 2 hours. When we get to Rebel Yell, you don't leave anything in the tank. This is full tilt.
Yeah,
beat the snot out of the drum set.
Yeah. I mean, I would totally love to do like Flesh for Fantasy or Without a Face or anything, man.
We've got some good ones, man, and we always have a blast. So
I'm gonna have to jump up there and do.
I hope we get
I'm gonna have to jump up there and do "Don't You Forget About Me" with you one day, because that's like my live 80s song.
You know what's funny? Yeah, and I didn't even realize that. How close were we?
That was spot on. Like, really, it was. And I love the depth of JC's voice, because when he does that song, he gets that, the down, down, down part just perfect, man.
Yeah. No, that's a fun one that we enjoy doing. We actually, the whole band, every song we play is fun. But, dude, I look forward to just doing some one-offs, jumping on stage with you here and there as we're out and about. And I know we got to jump in a Sunset Strips set. Carter invited us all up, and it was a blast. Honestly, it was a blast.
Those guys are awesome, by the way. Fun group. They were giving out T-shirts, having a good time. They know how to really keep the crowd entertained. And then, of course, when we show up, they come in and they just show all the love in the world and respect and everything.
Oh, man. Awesome. They make a fuss, and I'm always embarrassed. Like, dude, I'm just a guy that's here to watch a band.
I was like, I play someone else's music for a living. I'm not cool, bro. Like, I was like,
yeah, I'm just Rick. Everybody does that. It's like, guys, I'm just an idiot. I'm one of you. I'm a guy who loves music. I love watching bands, and I'm just here to stand in the back with my beer and be a wallflower.
That's typically what you're doing. I'm
trying.
You and Amy are sitting in the back, and then everyone's like, Rick here, and you're like, oh Jesus, here we go.
You know what it is I always try to stand near the soundboard, because that's the best sound in the house. That's where that's where they mix the room. So my rule of thumb is, if you need to find me, I'm typically standing by the soundboard. That's where it's going to sound the best, because I want to hear how good is it. I mean, I've seen thousands of bands. But then my wife always complains because I also walk around all night.
You and I are both big time social butterflies, and you can't look as good as us and not be that social. So.
Oh, he said I look good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, well, Danny, I can't thank you enough. Would you do this again?
Absolutely, I would love to anytime.
And you'll do it as Prince?
Oh yeah, heck yeah, totally.
Oh my Lord, brother, thank you so much. And again, please stay you. It's a pleasure to have you in our life. Thank you so much.
I love being a part of your life. Tell your wife I said hello and that I love her.
I will, and you will come back on. We'll get you scheduled again. Come do it.
Absolutely, yeah. And when y'all guys get down to the point when you're ready to start doing in studio production, where you want to have like a little acoustic set or something, let me know and we'll work that out too.
Nice. There you go. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in again. This is another, chunk of time out of your life that we're not giving back. We just sucked it out of your brain, and this one was tame. Danny and I actually were very well behaved tonight. We didn't do anything bad or misbehave. I mean, we were on good behavior, unlike other scenarios. Which I will not disclose, but there have been other times we maybe not so tame. But thank you for hanging out with us. If you like the show, please go and like us on Facebook. You can follow us. We're on iHeart Radio. We're on Spotify. Obviously, we're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. We do have a Roku channel, and we have an Amazon Fire channel. And you know what? Everybody's going, they've got all these new pages out. I might have to go sign up. And, I mean, it's not like I'm not out there enough, but I may have to go just like everybody else, follow the herd and go get a couple other pages. You can, if you're in a band and you want me to announce it, send it to me. I keep saying it. We're looking for the right opportunity. We're going to change things up a little bit, so we're in pre-production. But we're going to start doing the concert calendar. I miss announcing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday shows. I miss talking about all the great bands that we have. So please send it to me. You could go to inthepitwithrick.com. Get the app. Put it on your phone. And if you're a fan, go look at the calendar. All the bands are hopefully posting their stuff there. If you're in a band, post your stuff there for free. That's what it's for. Help get folks out to your show. We came up with an app that would allow you to promote, get people into the crowds. COVID, we're still going through it, but you know what? People want live music. Let's help them know where you're playing. So there you go. Get it, use it. If you're an artist and you want to come on the show, hit me up. Send me a message. I would love to have guests. We have a lot of folks scheduled to come on, but we always have cancellations here and there. Life happens. We get it. We love to squeeze some folks in. So hit me up, please. Come hang out with us. Again, thank you for supporting us. Without you, we don't get to, as musicians, get on stage and rock out. I don't get to have a show and interview incredible guests. So thank you very much for following us. Again, this is another week where, when I get done, I'm going to get a ho-ho or a ding-dong, and this week it'll be a rum chata. I'm just saying. Again, thank you very much. We look forward to next week. We've got another great guest coming on. I'm Rick. This is Danny. We're on Concert Connection, and we will see you in the pit.